Hi SHC, I'm Achella, a reporter for The Emerald. Today we are interviewing Miss Apablasa to provide you with the valuable insights for AP Language and Composition course. Let's get started. Can you give a brief overview of what students can expect to learn in AP Lang and Composition?
Yes, absolutely. AP English Language really covers 4 core skills, right? So 1, can we read nonfiction, and can we read other people's arguments and understand them? Next, can we analyze them in our own writing? Can we write analytical, rhetorical analysis essays? And then beyond that, the 2 other skills are, can I build my own arguments? Can I invent a line of reasoning? Can I come up with claims and evidence on my own? And then finally, in the next semester, can I research? Can I do college-level research? Find sources I can trust to help me build my ideas and back up my own ideas with evidence and reasoning. So a lot of argumentation, a lot of reading for sure, but we read for depth, not necessarily for breadth. So instead of reading a lot, we might read one piece several times, right? So we go deeper, not wider.
Yeah, to really grasp that
Exactly.
understanding.
Exactly.
And can you describe what a typical day in AP Lang class might look like?
Absolutely. So I can speak to what we did today, right? A typical day in AP Lang, it's a lot of group work. It's a lot of generating ideas together. So for example, today I introduced the concept of argument, and I asked the question, does disobedience always lead to progress? Right? Is the only way to get progress through rebellion or disobedience. So I had everybody come up with examples. We talked about which examples are better than others. So it's a lot of collaboration. It's a lot of reading interesting speeches and essays. But it is a lot of writing, so I won't lie to anybody about that. But I hope my students and our students in AP Lang feel prepared for that writing, because we'll have done so much thinking and talking about it beforehand.
All right. And are there any specific patterns to when exams occur in relation to the discussions or lectures in class?
Yeah, that's a great question. There definitely are patterns in AP English Language in all of our courses. So whether you have me or Mr. Jordan or Ms. Phelan or Dr. Grace, we all have 3 opportunities for summative assignments. 2 of those are essays, and then one's a more creative project. So we don't really have exams in AP English Language. Not a lot of multiple choice tests, or you're not sitting for an exam. It's mostly writing, and then it's if anything, the most pressure comes under our timed essays to really prepare you for that AP test. But I like to think it's very fair. You get the opportunity to resubmit some essays, but essentially towards the end of this quarter, my students will be writing their own arguments and kind of trying to back up their ideas with evidence.
That sounds fun.
It is fun.
And what does a workload look like in a week?
Oh, that's good. Yes. I do think that AP English Language has a little bit less homework than your typical AP class. Most of the work we do is in class. So there's not too much relaxation that happens in the classroom. We're always working, we're always writing, doing things. And because of that, maybe there's a little less homework. If anything, when we're working at home, we might be working on crafting an essay, working on a project, maybe some reading from the textbook, but really it is, a course like AP English Language asks a lot of you in the classroom. Kind of not the class you can sit back and think things are going to happen to you. Yeah. Not a lot of sitting and doing nothing. It's a lot of action. We do ask a lot of you in class, so that later you can kind of relax at home.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
I like that too. I'd rather you work here than
I agree.
At home.
So then you have more time at home
exactly.
to do things
and
you
to
enjoy.
Rest and be a teenager and do what you need to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. And are there any common misunderstandings about AP Lang that you would like to address?
Yeah, I think so. I think any AP class kind of gets maybe a reputation as being very memorization heavy, right? I've sometimes heard students say, I'm afraid to take an AP class because I'm not good at memorizing. I'm not good at taking tests. And to that I say, AP English Language is a skills-based course, right? It's not a memorization course. I could throw anything at you and you could adapt to it. So I do think it's a very accessible course for people to take. If I had my way, everyone on this campus would take AP Lang. I think it's one of the most transferable classes you can take, no matter what you want to study in college. If you want to be an engineer, if you want to research, this is the class for you. You learn those foundational skills to how to communicate in the world we live in today. Come take AP Lang with me, please.
All right, thank you, Miss A, for giving us some insight on AP Lang. For the Emerald, I am Achella.